ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE video. For today's video, we are going to be scrolling through WWE Reddit and just talking about a little bit of everything. And the reason I kind of want to do this is because there is some Money in the Bank stuff I want to talk about, but again, the show was only 5 matches, so it's not enough for a whole video. Couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to use code Wyatt's World on G Fuel or Prize Picks, where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. And just another super quick reminder to my sports fans, Prize Picks has opened up their seasonal prediction windows for both the NFL and the NBA now. And I have been trying to get them to bring WWE into Prize Picks, and it doesn't sound like it's off the cards. However, always play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, so one of the first things I saw on Reddit today when I pulled up the website was this picture, and it says this might be the most worthless item that WWE has ever put up for sale on their shop. You guys can't see, it's a Drew McIntyre Money in the Bank winner shirt, but obviously he doesn't even have the briefcase anymore because he failed to cash in, and that brings me to what I wanted to talk about. So as far as this shirt going up for sale, yeah, it is stupid. I don't think there's a single human being other than Drew McIntyre's family who might have purchased this shirt. Like, why would you? Yet, with that being said, I'm not against what happened at Money in the Bank with Drew McIntyre. A matter of fact, not only did I call him winning the briefcase, which everyone called me a fucking clown for, so I was happy about that, but him losing the briefcase that same night, it wasn't a bad booking decision for 2 reasons. One of them, it makes him and CM Punk's story all the better. It was a perfect opportunity. And 2, we just had Damian Priest hauling that fucking case around on TV for a year. We don't need it again. Give the eyes to the women. Let them hold on to the briefcase for longer than 3 weeks for once. And for the people whining saying, oh, they wasted an opportunity for someone else, nobody in this match was gonna have a successful cash-in. Never. If someone would have, it would have been Drew, because that would have made the most sense, but half the guys in the match are not ready for world title pictures yet, and the other half already have stories going on that don't revolve around it at all. I think this was an A+ booking move. Here's another piece of big news that came out of Money in the Bank, but John Cena came back and announced that in 2025 he will be retiring from in-ring competition. Now, as a die-hard, lifelong Cena fan, this was sad but also peaceful at the same time, because it's nice knowing that he knows when to quit. He's not gonna be a fat ball of blubber like Chris Jericho out there every week putting on shitty matches in his 50s. If I did hear right, he said he wants to go one straight shot from January to December, so Royal Rumble to whatever pay-per-view that'll be. I think that sounds great, but my only request from WWE is please let him win some matches now. The fucking guy's been buried for 6-7 years. Like, it's okay for him to get a singles win. Personally, I kind of hope we get to see a title around him one more time, but something tells me that he is not gonna let that happen. Maybe the Intercontinental, but I don't think he wants to break the record. Either way, bittersweet moment, and thank you for everything, John. Like, seriously. This is a discussion post from Hot Draw. He says, what's next for Rhea Ripley in the Judgment Day? Please share your predictions. If you're asking me, it's going to be her versus Liv with Dominic as a special guest referee for the title at SummerSlam. I think that's the next move, and I think Dominic is probably going to screw over Rhea to stay with Liv. And now I know you guys know how I feel about Liv Morgan. I think she is absolutely abysmal in the ring. I think she's awful on the mic. But I'm not against her retaining the title and holding it for a little bit, because if they just threw it on her, you gotta let her go and see what she can do for a little bit. Like, that would honestly be really insulting if they're just like, all right, Rhea's back, give me the title, it's going back on her, you're going back to the mid-card. Like I said, I don't like Liv, but I'm willing to give her an opportunity, and I think a lot more of an opportunity than majority of what the people are saying, especially on Reddit. By the way, the whole implosion of the Judgment Day is very soon to come. I don't think they're a thing anymore by WrestleMania. I doubt they're a thing by the Royal Rumble even. Ooh, look at this. It says The Miz is the wrestler with the most losses in WWE history with 1,335. Hey, you can poke fun at that record all you want, but there is no denying that The Miz will go straight into the Hall of Fame as soon as he retires. Here's an interesting post. It says, who do you miss and wish would come back? Some of this guy's examples are John Morrison, Ziggler, Batista, the Hardys, Kurt Angle, Dean Ambrose, and Brock. I'm gonna be honest, I think I only missed 2 of the people on the list you just named, but some people I'd want to see back, Aleister Malachi Black. I think he was pretty good. I like Adam Cole. I want him to come back. I always kind of wished I could see a Mr. Kennedy Royal Rumble appearance, but nothing more than that. But that's probably it. Actually, you know, I would like to see Bad News Barrett come back for a match too, if I could. Galaxy says, unpopular opinion, I want to see Roman win the World Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. Well, he'll never win the Intercontinental Championship. He's too above that. And as far as him holding the world title, I don't ever want to see him hold a world title ever again. And I don't care if I'm alone on that hill. I don't ever fucking ever want to see it again. And that'll happen when you make people watch the same shitty movie for 4 years. Here's one that I'm gonna sum up for you, but this guy doesn't think Braun Breaker is going to be very good. Says he doesn't understand the hype, he's nothing but brute strength and power, and he just doesn't see him being a big thing. I mean, personally, I love watching him because he's fast and hard-hitting, and that's what I like. That's why I love Brock Lesnar matches. That's why, honestly, I don't mind Goldberg matches, even though the guy's 80 and can only do 3 things. I like guys like Braun Breaker opposed to wrestlers like Roman Reigns, who are, you know, more cinematic, where they'll throw a punch and then kind of look at the crowd and it's real slow. No, that's why I like Braun. But I will agree with you, he's not perfect. I don't ever want to hear the guy talk on a microphone again because he's absolutely horseshit. And also, I think the decision for Sami Zayn to go over him at Money in the Bank was absolutely horrid. But his actual performance in ring, I'm a big fan, even though I'm still absolutely convinced that he does an 8-inch line of cocaine before every single showing. This guy says, I know it's extremely unlikely, but I would give anything to see a proper match between Cena and Taker during Cena's final run. Man, I would too, but it's not possible. Like, it's literally not possible. The Undertaker cannot go anymore, man. They should have had their match at 32, and Cena's injury held us out of it, and they had their squash match at 34, and I guess we just gotta be happy with it, because this will not happen again. And I do agree, though, I'd give anything. Here's a picture of an amazing shot of Io's tombstone to Zoe through a ladder at Money in the Bank. I can't lie, this was actually extremely sweet and thoughtful of Io. I mean, she gave Zoe Stark one of the only pops Zoe's ever had in her entire life. That's actually super considerate. If Zoe Stark and Johnny Gargano somehow had a kid, like, that would be the most oralist figure ever born. Mindless Truck says, Joe Hendry is highly overrated. What? I ain't even gonna read all that. I'm sorry it happened to you, or happy it happened to you, or whatever you want. The thing about Joe Hendry is the guy's entertaining. I've only seen the guy wrestle one match, and that was actually on NXT on Tuesday, but I had known about the guy and wanted to see him because of how entertaining he has been across wrestling. In-ring work is only half the battle, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You gotta have charisma, you have gotta be entertaining, and that is what this guy is all about. This is a great question here. You have one shot to show anybody one WWE match with the goal of making them a fan. Which match are you choosing? I'll go first, and he has Punk versus Cena at Money in the Bank. 4 matches immediately pop into my head that I would show someone, and it's a toss-up. Brock versus Goldberg at WrestleMania 33, that's 5 minutes of an absolute blast. Cena versus Punk, winner faces The Rock at WrestleMania, that was on Raw. Cena versus AJ Styles, Royal Rumble 2017. And then Cena versus Brock versus Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble 2015 for the title. I mean, all of those matches are so much fun from front to finish. Mad Mal says, which out of these 4 would you most want to see end John Cena's career? Well, that's the one right there I want to see the most, is Cena and Edge, and they should have done this when Edge was in the company before he decided to go wrestle in front of 1,000 people every week. I know he wanted to go be with Christian, but like, honestly, Adam Copeland, he's just a guy. Cena versus Orton, this is probably the correct choice if Edge isn't in the picture. Guessing this next one will be CM Punk. Indeed it is, because that was another classic Cena rivalry. That wouldn't be bad either. And let's guess this last one. I'm gonna guess it's Gunther. Oh, it's Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. Okay, that wouldn't be bad either. However, none of these will actually end his career at WrestleMania because he's not done at WrestleMania. He's said that. He's going from January to December. Here's one that says, hot take, Logan needs to drop the US title. That's not a hot take. Not a hot take at all. That's an absolutely correct take. Hear me out. Logan's not a bad wrestler. He's a great wrestler. But putting a mid-card title on a part-timer, like, they killed that belt, man. The belt doesn't really mean shit anymore. You never see it. Like, it's not there. It needs to be around every single week. It's not the world title. He's had a great run, but it's been a long time now, and they need to bring it back full time. I'm not sure who should win it, but it does need to happen now. All right, and before I go to the WWE Immaculate Grid that I want to try, I just want to ask a question on these Rock memes I keep seeing. I don't understand, like, are these memes because the guy is just so full of shit? It's just kind of like a LeBron James meme where he's taking credit for absolutely everything. Is that what's going on? Because that's what I'm getting out of him, and I think it's hilarious, but I don't know if I'm interpreting them right. And now we are at the WWE Immaculate Grid that I wanted to try. So if you've seen these with sports before, it's the same thing except WWE, and the one we have today is all people who have beaten certain wrestlers. So across the top, we need someone who has beaten Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and Mark Henry, and going down the side, we need someone who has beaten Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, and Sting. So without further ado, let's just get one out of the way. Who has beaten both Lashley and Kurt Angle? Brock Lesnar. Now, who has beaten Kurt Angle and Brock? John Cena, Triple H? Pretty sure the Big Show probably has, but I don't want to waste a chance here. I'm actually gonna go with, oh, damn, dude, I'm gonna do Triple H down here with the Sting one, and then the Mark Henry, Brock Lesnar is John Cena. But who has beaten Kurt and Brock? We try the Big Show? If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be pissed. Let's go! 5.6%. All right, now who has beaten Brock and beaten Samoa Joe? Seth Rollins? Roman Reigns? He's probably done it too, right? I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins, I think. Bingo! All right, who's beaten Samoa Joe and beaten Sting? Does AJ Styles count? He's definitely done that. Yes! Thank you, TNA. Beaten Lashley, beaten Samoa Joe. That would have been a good Brock one to have. Otherwise, maybe Kurt Angle and TNA? I'm gonna save that for last. Lashley and Mark Henry, that would have been a good John Cena. Sting and Mark Henry, I mean, jeepers creepers. I'm gonna shoot the stars and do Kurt Angle for Sting and Mark Henry. I was correct, okay. Samoa Joe and Lashley, I'm actually gonna go with Jeff Hardy. This one might be wrong. And it was right, all right, we're really close. Final one is Lashley and Mark Henry. Can't think TNA on this one, I actually can pretty much only think WWE. Did The Undertaker ever face Lashley? Feel like he's had to have once. I'm gonna go with The Undertaker. Yes! 9 for 9, bitch. Alright guys, and that is gonna do it for today's WWE Reddit video. I hope you guys appreciated this video and had some fun with it, because I had fun making it. If you guys want to show support to this channel, you guys already know what to do, and I appreciate any and all help. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get this edited up so you guys can watch it on time. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you in the next video.